The Great American Read has brought me here to Harlem, the birthplace of prolific writer and human rights hero James Baldwin. His 1962 New York Times bestseller book, Another Country, made it to the Great American Read's list of 100 of America's most loved novels. Time and gentrification have changed much of Harlem from what it was when James Baldwin walked the streets during the 1930s and 40s. This building just behind me, the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, known in Baldwin's day as the 135th Street Library, was a place where prominent thinkers of the time also congregated. The building has changed quite a bit, but it still remains a resource for the Black experience in America. It is also home to the largest collection of original works by James Baldwin, which makes it the perfect place to explore what went into writing his classics, as well as his role as a hero in the civil rights movement, as well as the gay rights movement. Let's go inside. This is the Schomburg Center's popular exhibition about the Black Power movement. The staff has meticulously collected buttons, flyers, and even wanted posters from the early emergence of the movement in the late 1960s. On the walls is also a picture of novelist, social critic, author, and civil rights activist James Baldwin. Schomburg Center Director Kevin Young took me on a bit of a tour of the center and showed off his collections of work by a man some would call a hero for humanity.
Here's a wanted poster for H. Rap Brown, which I think is a really powerful poster. There's Angela Davis. And over here we have James Baldwin with Bobby Seale in the San Francisco County Jail. And Baldwin's relationship to the movement, I think, is really interesting. It's complicated, it's critical, it's supportive, it's all the things you expect out of Baldwin, because Baldwin is, of course, in France for much of this time, but he's writing and thinking about the civil rights movement and its extended life in the Black Power movement in the United States of America.
It is the unutterable truth. All men are brothers. That's the bottom line. If you can't take it from there, you can't take it at all.
I think Baldwin's really great talking about brotherhood. I think that's the word he would use, and the way that we're all connected. We're brothers and sisters and interrelated, and white and black, gay and straight. They're all communicating and also interrelated. And he's trying to help us understand the way that sexuality and race in the American experiment are tied together and have long been that way. And I think that connectivity and that consistency that Baldwin expressed was very important. And you see it in his essays, but you also see it in his fiction.
One of his best-selling works of fiction, Another Country, is set in the early 1960s, spanning Greenwich Village, Harlem, and France, portraying many themes that were taboo to talk about in public at the time, including civil rights, infidelity, interracial dating, and bisexuality. Baldwin said he's dated both men and women, and he's talked about the pain and joy of being in love. And just remember, this was nearly 70 years before the Supreme Court ruled to give same-sex couples the right to marry.
I loved a few men, I loved a few women. And a few people loved me. I suppose, is all that saved my life.
Well, Another Country for me is an important book. It was a book I read in college. I think it was very much a book that spoke to me at the time. It's a book of its time, but it's a book that's, I think, lasted because it thinks about identity in many different ways. It thinks about the ways that the death of a black man, in this case, in the novel, can affect other people. It certainly is thinking about the ways Black lives matter, and in that way, I think it's a really interesting tie to our time.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
You want me to make an act of faith, risking myself, my wife, my woman, my sister, my children, on some idealism which you assure me exists in America, which I have never seen.
Many of Baldwin's fiery insights can be traced to his time in New York. He once said he tried to read all the books at the Schomburg Center and that it was his window to the outside world, and he knew he wanted to be a part of it and write about it. And now the very same place James Baldwin's seeds of greatness were planted, the world can get a look into his mind and see how he cultivated his greatness.
Oh, these are some of my favorites too. These are notes for a novel he was working just above my head. And he here is making notes about the novel itself. And some of my favorites, let me see if I can find them. Yes, these two, he clearly was at a bar or a club that had a 2-drink minimum per person per set and writing. And it just sort of and this one has a hotel stationery. And it gives you a sense of his travels, it gives you a sense of what he was up to, that he was writing all the time.
Baldwin is looked at today as a hero for human rights, but that certainly wasn't always the case. In fact, some argue that the prolific writer who died in the late 1980s, his popularity has grown over the last several years. Kevin has a theory for that.
I think Baldwin was always central to our understanding of ourselves. But I also think Baldwin is having a particular moment. Some of it is the wonderful movie, I Am Not Your Negro, about Baldwin. Some of it is people have rediscovered his writings and seen how prophetic a book like The Fire Next Time is. But I also think a lot of it has to do with his papers becoming available, which they are here at the Schomburg Center. And you get to see, Baldwin's writing life up close, from his first novel, Go Tell It on the Mountain, all the way to his last works. One of his last pieces was a play called The Welcome Table that never got produced. And so to have that script here and look it over is really powerful. And you get to see in a book like Another Country the ways that he worked and the ways that his first thought was often his best thought. But it's because he's thinking and thinking and thinking. They're the sort of cleanest manuscripts I've seen, because I think he's so good at conjuring that biblical language. He's steeped in language and the thoughts of the church, the thoughts of, dare I say, a prophet, someone thinking about the future, but also where we are now.